and welcome to Miss Niecy's Supportive Saturday. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I have a very, very special local guest I have the honor to be sitting tonight with. None other than Mr. MOBO-Joe himself. I always want to say the I, but that's only a family thing. So I stumble with, But we coming to you all tonight. I told y'all we're switching up things. Now we had rappers, we had Dollar, and we also had Guap. And they was explaining to y'all the business hustle of rapping, the vocal, the sound. Now we have the pleasure of sitting with someone who not only produce but own record company and other business. Introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Legendary MOBO-Joe. I got almost 30 years, in the music game. I'm a native Harvard, Louisiana. I put out groups like Rootless Juvenile, Doghouse Posse, Lower Level Organization, Ricky B, Cheeky Black, many more.
Yes. We're going to jump right off into it, y'all. We're going to start, okay. Explain to the audience about your record label and give us a brief history lesson about your company.
I'm a record label company?
Yeah.
How I started? Well, my record label I started recording like in 91. And my first group which was the Lower Level Organization. It was me and a childhood friend named Notorious A, and we had put out an EP called Wanted by 5 and Fed by Most. And it was the Lower Level Organization. And how I got started, I guess I was just, I had been traveling a little bit on the road already, in that world, the drug gang, whatever. And I wanted to do something different, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
At this time, NWA was doing their thing, rap a lot and stuff like that. So I was telling a friend of mine, I said, I wanted to start a record label. And he was like, yeah. And he told me that Asian didn't rap, Notorious didn't rap. And I was like, was he any good? He was like, yeah, he good, but he's like, well, he rap about killing the police and all. I was like, where he was at? Where he at? He said he was in Manhattan. And I was like, well, hood, Manhattan. So I went back there, he rapped for me. And I went to do the start getting tracks and all that. He told me Ice, he was talking to Ice Mike. And from there, we just
kicked up. Okay. When people hear record label, they only think about the music aspect. What is one thing about the record label outside of the music that they should consider?
Outside the music, you gotta learn the business. Like at the end of the day, with anything you're doing, and that's why a lot of these young guys, they don't last because they don't understand business. And I understand they're burnt because it's like, for me, I learned on the job. Like, I didn't go to school for being on the record label. I learned it as I go. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I was raised where I was raised, so the older men in my neighborhood are kind of showed me and taught. Yeah, my daddy had businesses and stuff like that. So I understand in that there's business. But that's the main thing is learning the business. You can have an artist bigger than you, and if he ain't on his business, you can be living way better than him.
Right.
Because of the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. With the convenience, access to the equipment and resources online, do you think it takes from the quality of the music, like the grind, the hustle? It makes it easier, you think?
Yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. But I mean, technology growing. You know what I'm saying? You're able to do a lot of stuff from how we did it. With the 808, everything from scratch and all that. Yeah. It's a lot easier. The music now, I mean, they put out, it's good music, I like it, but the only thing I don't like you don't get like it was when we was coming up. Like, if you heard a guy from New Orleans, you know he was from New Orleans. If
right,
from Texas,
right,
you know he was from Texas.
Right, yeah.
If you heard somebody from the West Coast, like not everybody just by social media, everybody just following everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not tapping into their own hidden potentials. You know what I'm saying? They just want to sound and look like the next person because they figure they got to do that in order to make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You answered the next question. So, okay, how do a record label enhance an artist's career, and what should an artist look for in a record label?
Well, first of all, for a record label to enhance an artist's career, they got to do willing to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Got to get them exposure. You know what I'm saying? They got to have plugs. You know, get them in shows and stuff like that. You know, when you first come out, you don't really make money from shows. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's really on a label to present you and promote you as a package to get people to want to bring you to their venue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My way, I did it because I was like from the streets. So I went to the street. I did a lot of giveaways. You know what I'm saying? I did advertise. I ran commercials on radio. I had TV commercials. But my thing was, I give out product. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The records, you get them interested in coming. So in other words, what you look for when you're looking for a record label is somebody that's willing to invest in you.
Yeah. Like an artist, if I was an artist trying to sign to a label, I would look at that label, what they're doing, to see if I want to go with that label, if they're going in the direction I'm going in. And can they help me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can get with any label, but that label might going to be kind of on your level of build for what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as an artist, you got to be, you got to sit back and just look at, what that label doing, what they accomplished over the last project that they put out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm changing it up a little, but not so much. Mm-hmm. People always talk about incarceration effects, how they affect their lives in a negative way. Mm-hmm. Tell the people how incarceration changed your life in a positive way.
Well, I got incarcerated late in life. Like, I didn't really have to serve time. I think I was like 32, 31, 32, 33 years old. But I knew people.
Excuse me, give them a little insight on why you're saying it was late in life, because you could have got caught up earlier.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of friends that went to jail in their teens and their 20s and all that. You know what I'm saying? But just, being in an environment, I never desired to go to incarcerated. I tried my best. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, I know they had an obligation to catch me because I was breaking the law, was selling drugs, doing whatever I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I already knew, like, I didn't want to be locked up.
Right.
I didn't want my freedom. Like, the three things I ever prayed for in life was my freedom, health, and strength. You know what I'm saying? To be free, to have my health and my strength. To do what I got to do to take care of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, me going to prison late in my 30s, the first time, I hadn't been in and out of jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a difference.
But, yeah, it's a difference.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I had money young, so I was buying right back out of jail. But when I got caught up and went to prison, it really gave me, it really, I guess, confirmed what I already knew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this ain't a place I wanted to be at. All right? The positive side that I learned, I got out of prison, for me, I was able to start working out, getting back on my health. That was one thing that I did. Another thing, by me having money young, I had no patience.
Okay.
I had no patience. I learned that in prison. You know what I'm saying? I had patience. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in transit in Oklahoma, and I just got my time, was in transit, and I was anxious, and they had a white boy. He was just a regular white boy, and he was like, "Man, you gotta calm down. Like, you can't do time like that." You know what I'm saying? And at first I kind of got offended because I thought he was trying to like check me. But he was like, he had did time. He's like, man, here's the deal. What you in a hurry for? All you're going to do is go out of this room and go to the next room and do the exact same thing you did here.
Okay.
They're going to take you out that room and put you in the other room. He's like, man, you can't do time like that. You're going to have to find patience. He said, you know, this is my second time jokesing. Like, I was back on a violation. He said, I came up with a silver spoon in my mouth. So I had it my way. Right. And I can kind of see you had it your way. But it's their way here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was something I came home with patience. My patience was solid midget with no legs. Man, I had no patience.
So,
you know?
How did that affect the company that you started after coming home?
When I came home?
Because you started into your trucking business.
Yeah, well, when I first came, I was working. I had like, I was working a couple of jobs at first, you know what I'm saying? And I started, you know, messing with the music. At first, I didn't know with the music at first because, first of all, my mindset, you know, had changed. Like, you know, knowledge come with time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when I started my label in the early 90s, right, I went to jail in 98. I went to prison in 98. I came home in 2000. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of more knowledge than I had when I was young. Right. So my knowledge changed. So I thought more of what I was doing and what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I didn't want to go back to selling drugs, which I did. You know what I'm saying? I did. I went back. You know what I'm saying? Eventually. But I knew it was temporary because I didn't want to do that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I wound up, you know, going back for a little while and stuff like that. But I had several other businesses before I got tried. I was doing real estate. I did scrap metal. You know what I'm saying? And I had no success with all of them.
Do you think being incarcerated and having time to sit and, like you said, think and learn, like patience, and did that have an effect on you and the way you went about handling your business?
Yeah,
that
well,
made them successful?
Me being incarcerated let me see that the system that's put in place is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like selling drugs, the music we put out, going to prison, killing each other, all that's part of the system that put in place. It's not by accident. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not by accident. Okay. Now, when I was in the picture, when I was in the free world, I'm in the picture, right? Say you look at that picture on your wall. Like you can look at yourself in that picture and you can see all the things in your face or whatever. But you in the picture, all you can remember you took this picture. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. So now I'm in this jail, like they set me down, and I'm like, man, this is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the reason why I didn't want to continue to do it, because what I realized from my daddy to every other older black man in my neighborhood, I brought shame to their name. Because I watched all these old men like my daddy, Mr. Frazier, the Williams, the Matthews. I ain't know none of them old men to sell drugs or use drugs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I'm saying about the system. Okay. See, they flooded us with this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like I understand these young kids, because you on autopilot. Like, you know, very few of us going like escape. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they say the road is wide, is narrow, and very few gonna find it. Right. Very few gonna make it through that narrow road. That's how the system is. Right. So me being incarcerated like that with the knowledge I got, I analyze. I'm looking like wow. Like even though when I was incarcerated, I told dudes and them, I'm like, dude, I'm not falling in love with this here. Walking around all day with my boxes on, talking about what I had and all that. Right. Like dudes fall in love with that stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know how I was raised. Right. I know how to survive.
See, we have something in common. We know
So
how we were raised.
I'm like, you know, I got tricked up with this system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And being incarcerated, it let me see, like, man, this system, man, it's messed up, man.
And it's you said something that I always say. We know how we were raised.
Exactly.
But we made a conscious decision to
Exactly.
step out. And the way we were raised and the family we come from, we had no help from them. They couldn't tell us nothing about how to go out in the streets and live.
See I hear what you're saying, but it's not a conscious decision. It's the peer pressure that's forcing you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you was raised this way. You had certain things, but now your parents, like my dad died when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? Your parents ain't got the things that you want and kind of need. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about the system. So when the system is starting to put stuff here, well, for me, it was like that. It was like that for me.
It wasn't like that for me because, you know, Albert and Barbara, it wasn't much I wanted that I couldn't have. And that was the problem. Then when you step into dealing with a man that's like your father, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get, then you go to the next one and you gonna get, well, in your mind you privileged. And that's the way I thought. And that's why I say I made a conscious decision. Because I knew I wasn't gonna get no help like, oh, I'm going out and I'm putting this on her. Look, no, my mom ain't gonna look at me and say, oh, girl, you look nice.
Right.
Oh, no. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
But the thing about it, what I'm trying to say, I understand what you're saying. Like, you made a conscious decision because you felt into the situation you was in.
Right.
And they had too many decisions that we can pick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say, because that system is designed to put you, this your options. Right here. You know, like, if you know, other people that have better options than we got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff is really real. You know what I'm saying? So we be raised right, but like for me, I lost my dad when I was 15. I was the young of 14 kids. I was the youngest. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everything was happening so fast. Then when me losing my daddy, I was stressed out. I made my son, like I was 15, making 16. You know what I'm saying? So it was totally different. And then you don't have, like I say, we don't have people, like you don't go to school to become a parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And nobody told
when I found out my first kid was coming, ain't nobody sit me down and put me in a class and show me how to be a parent. I learned hands on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I learned how to sell dope. I learned hands on how to do music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I learned all this on the job. There's no places where we can go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying like, and I'm not trying to be racist or say certain things, but I'm just saying our options. I'm just saying our options.
Right.
You know, like I got a friend of mine. He a white guy. He real cool. We real good friend. But I know he told me he had his first kid. And he told me when that kid come, they was waiting on the kid to come to sign the papers because he will automatically have this much of insurance. He will have his college stuff paid. You got see, we a lot of us don't have it. Not saying all other people got it, but our options be so slim. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then another thing that I learned about incarceration in the street life. We don't have a 20, 25 year plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. And I was telling that to one of my friends, and he really told me something that I didn't think about. You know, if I regret anything I did in life, I didn't plan 20 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? I bought my first house when I was 21 in David Development. And I never forget my brother-in-law Gilmore when I bought him up there to see the house, and I was buy the house and everything, and he checked it out, and he said, boy, you got that kind of money? I said, man, I got no money to buy 10. Now think about how my life would have went if you would have showed me how
How
to
to
take
do
that
it.
money and buy
Right.
it.
Right.
20 years from now,
Right.
see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see? So you got to have a 2020. That's the only difference. The 1% who run the world, they got a 20-year plan on this.
Yeah.
Like what's happening right now was already planned 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect down the road.
Yeah.
That's one thing I regret, you know. And I was telling to one of my friends, and he was like, well, he was the author on St. Thomas Project. He started selling dope. He was like 10 years old. He wound up being real big. And he said, man, I ain't never planned because I thought they was gonna kill me. All the money I had. See the umbrella we under? You see? And I was like, wow, you know.
Never even looked at it that way. He was thinking about that and still here living.
Right.
Yeah, so you ain't even planning
Right.
because you basically waiting
to die.
to die.
Right.
Because of what you got.
That ain't living. That ain't.
But I'll say to anybody, even if you feel that way, you still got a plan. You still got a plan.
Even if you have
20 years out, even if, because you don't want to make it 20 years down the road with no plan.
Right.
Because like I say, if you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We plan to do this.
Yes. Yes.
See what I'm saying? That's why it happened.
Right.
That's why I was early.
All right.
Because I understand planning.
Right.
You
Mhm.
have
And I
to
sure,
plan.
yeah, I appreciate
You know?
it. All right. Give us a brief description of your spiritual journey and how it enhanced your life.
Well, I'm just kind of really getting on my spiritual journey because I learned there's a difference between religion and spiritual. All right? Spiritual is what you was born with. That's what's lived in. Like we might say, we'll say something in me, my second mind. How would we say a little phrase? You know what I'm saying? You know, like I shouldn't did this. I shouldn't. That's your spirit. That's your inner being. Religion, yeah, your religion is man-made. It's something that you was taught by a man that was passed down to another man. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, we'll eat. We might say our prayers. We might cross our heart. That's religion. That's man-made. It's man-made. That ain't something you just automatically start doing.
Right.
Right?
Right.
A spiritual example. A dog, a puppy, a baby. A baby will find a witch's mama too, I was telling you.
Right.
A puppy will.
Right.
He's spirit.
Right.
It was anybody created. See what I'm saying? So I grew up, now that I'm old, I grew up religion, under religion. Stuff that was taught to my mom.
Yeah.
That was passed on to them. That we believe. That's religion. You know what I'm saying? That's why now I have so much fun and I'm so complete because I'm more in touch with my spiritual side and with the universe.
Okay.
That's why when you have a religion, what was given to you by man, that's why you might say, and that pastor was so powerful. And why he did that to his wife, he cheated, he did that. Why? Because religion. Religion. It's not spiritual. You know what I'm saying? If you are adult and you home a kid, your spirit letting you know it's wrong, and you can ignore it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you can do under religious belief, and then you can believe what man said, I forgive him for it, and still make it in.
Right.
Call him to man. You see?
Right.
So what you saying the biggest misconception? What is the misconception of spirituality? What are you saying? What you? Okay, you know, because I'm feeling like religion and spirituality, like the journey that we're taking, it's the same. Because
You
it's
feel
the
that.
Father, it's the Son, the Creator. Isn't it?
The Father and the Son. How can born without something, and then you can do certain things to receive it. Like they tell you, you know, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and all this stuff, right? The three, what they call it, Trinity,
Right.
right? The Trinity is really man, woman, and a child. It's not nothing that you pray and receive. That's how we all got here. By these three. There's no other way to get there. There's no other way. But that's what I'm telling you. Religion tells you the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But before religion started coming in, let's say the Bible said,
Pew pew.
what the Bible said,
The notification of
the word,
sorry.
and still, the word was expired by God, but written by men, right?
Right.
So basically, the early people, they were spiritual people. They was understanding Horus, the sun in the sky. That's how they was able to tell a time. That's how they was able to invent the clock, because they can tell a time by the sky. You can wake up in the morning and know without looking at your watch, at least in a 30 to 45 minutes, what time it is. That spirit. It's not religion. It's in you. It's your body. It's designed it. You see what I'm saying?
What happened to make you look at religion in a different way? Like, what made you not believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
Because,
Like, why did you dig deeper?
because I had a bunch of answers. I had a bunch of questions, and the answer just kept on wasn't making sense. It just wasn't making sense. And when I lost my son, you know what I'm saying? My answers got deeper. You know what I'm saying?
But then you get deeper into religion? Because
I got deeper into religion.
Where I want you to explain.
I
that
got
to
deeper
them,
into
How
religion.
you get to where you are.
I'm telling you. After I lost my son, I got more into religion because that's what I was taught by my mom. Because my mom was a religious person.
Right.
Okay? So when I got deeper into religion, I looked at religion just like I look at the fools in the jailhouse. All y'all doing repeating same stuff. See what I'm saying? People in jail, they walk around doing the same stuff. When you see dudes come out of jail with their pants hanging down, hanging on the corner, they do the same thing, hanging on the tip, drinking coffee. You know what I'm saying? Religion, the people, when I started getting deeper and deeper in church, I can go to listen to the same preacher. A different preacher preach, and he can say a scripture. I already know what he's about to say. He's going to just say it a little different because they're a different being, but I already know it's the same thing.
Right.
So I'm saying,
Right.
it don't make sense. It didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So with the help of the internet, you see what I'm saying? The help of the internet and taking and sitting down and doing research, which is hard, and what's easy? What's easy?
To accept how it is. To keep going.
It's
what we're
easy
going with.
to repeat
Yeah, don't forget that.
Right.
than doing research.
Right.
See?
Right.
So
Right.
basically,
Yeah.
I'll repeat in religion what I say, what my mama said, what his good deacon said, what his parents said. But when I sat down and started doing research, I realized they were just repeating.
Oh,
They were just repeating stuff they were saying. That was said to them. You know what I'm saying? But when I started doing the research, I started realizing, oh, this is just made doctrine that we've been repeating for the last 400 plus years. We just been going through life, repeat. You grew up, you know people are scared of a black cat.
Yes.
Adults
Yes.
were scared to death of
Yes.
black cat. You
Yes.
probably was too.
I was back then, yeah, because that's, you know, you heard something and you just went with it, like you said.
Hmm?
Yeah.
But now doing research,
I know,
man,
right, I know better. Right, right.
See?
Right.
But people repeat these things.
Yeah.
Because that's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the sad thing about it, if you get taught this stuff young, it's hard to disconnect from it. It's
Yeah.
hard,
That's true.
you know?
What advice, you know, we go back and forth, you know, and I had a little situation and I called you and you gave me some advice on not being biased because it wasn't like, you know, oh, you shouldn't be in a church, because he's not saying that everybody should believe in a creator. It's what you're comfortable in and what you know about. But like, instead of saying you should leave, you told me, you said, I told you, because, you know, be careful, watch yourself so down. But you gave me an example that Pastor Buford gave you. You remember? About when why people leave the church. When they coming in, people don't let you pass there and pass, they come in, that's the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah. He was saying about yeah, exactly. What he said, an ex-drug addict, an ex-whoremonger, an ex-drug dealer always wind up going back, because the people in the church always gonna see you in that condition. Like, I ain't sold drugs in years, over 10 years.
Mhm.
But he got people still think MOBO-Joe sell drugs.
Right.
In the church.
Right.
That's what he was saying.
That's what we was
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Then he did say that.
It
You know what I'm saying?
goes.
This is the thing. This is the thing here for everybody that want to take. Listen, a brother told me something real powerful when I was in prison. I was getting ready to come home. He was from Dallas. His name was, I don't remember his real name. It was called Killer. He used to work out. He told me something. He said, and this is what everybody got to respect. And that's why when you called me, I never told you to leave or not.
Right.
A true Muslim is a true Christian. A true Christian is a true Muslim. Why? Well, he told us what a brother told me. He said, you was believing in Christianity the whole time you was here. I'm a Muslim, believing in religion. He said, but we respect each other's belief.
Right.
And we came together,
Right.
we worked out.
Right.
If something popped up, you had my back, I had your back.
Right.
But we had different beliefs. So,
Right.
as a non-believer, I'm going to respect you if you don't believe in Christ or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to respect you. I want that same respect from you.
Right.
Because it's a belief.
Right.
Nobody left here and came back to say this is concrete.
Right.
Now,
Right.
when you go to spiritual, you research the difference between Christianity and stuff I believe in, you can prove it. You can find where it goes on. Yeah. Just like this church, this church thing. Smoker's God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's your guy.
Smoker's God. No, this ain't the guy. This is Marcus God. This was one of our real good black leaders. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you. See what he said. Because I want y'all. I know what he said.
A people without knowledge of its past is like a tree without roots.
See?
That's deep.
See? So why wipe a person pass out if it don't mean nothing?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? There's a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? If you cut a tree off from a root, what happens?
Nice.
So if you take a person's pass away, it's dying.
Right.
Then you just give them what you want to give them. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's just like it got a country, others all type of music. It's got a country song out right now. I know Tim McGraw is on the song. It's called Undivided, right? And he said, why black gotta be black and white gotta be white? Why people go to church, don't like people don't go to church?
Right.
Undivided.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling some people for the last 7 or 8 years, understand sympathy. Do you understand what that word means? How powerful words are? Give me an example, you and you, when somebody asks you, I'm asking you right now, give me sympathy. What's the first thing comes to your mind?
I sympathize right now with my daughter. She lost her father on last night and her brother. And I also want to say to you all, you know, my prayers are with the family. And I sympathize because I know she's hurting. And it's nothing that I can do.
Good example. Because what you just did, you put yourself in her shoes. That was sympathy mean. Put yourself in shoes. It's like me and you. Because which color? We say me and you joke every day. We joke, we real every day. Right? But just like I know your daughter, I'm gonna put myself in your shoes. My cousin ain't no joking mood today.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell, sympathy for people when you don't know what's going on. Don't just attack. Everybody want to be on attack because you saying something out there realm of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy I follow always say, put up a circle. He said, because the things I'm going to say to you going to bring you outside this circle. If I can't bring you outside this circle, I'm not helping you.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
See what I'm saying?
Progress.
See,
Progress.
like a lot of people now, they're caught on to being, want to be kings and queens. How you know you're in a God?
Because
a God
that's
teacher.
only one.
No, there's only one creator.
Elaborate.
You can be a God because you got God in you. Creator put these things in you. That's why you hear people like Charlemagne, I say Charlemagne and God. Jay-Z call us a whole. But you never hear anybody say the Most High or the Creator. Because that's different. See what I'm saying? You can be more than a king. You can be a God, meaning you got more spiritual knowledge and you can teach people more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Marcus Garvey, you know.
That's like godly. And
Yeah.
Yeah, godly. Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because really, you gotta look at, you really gotta look at the end of the day, it's this title. Just a name.
Right.
Just like we got.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, at the same time, you gotta be careful because we quick to adopt the new norm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody call, what I'm trying to say, everybody is calling each other kings and queens, so you want to adopt that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to, okay,
Like
in the Hebrew language, in our language, our people, right? When you name something under our culture, it meant something.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's why Muhammad Ali changed his name. Because it meant something. So what I'm saying, people, you just grab a name. But this how you know your culture is so deep. Everybody look like us got a nickname. I got 50. Why your grandma or your mama never named you? Because that's how you act, that's how you look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shorty. You know, Mobo stand for on the go. That's why my friend gave me the name. I used to always ride a bike. I do more on a bike than doing a car. He said, man, we're going to give you the name Mobo. He said, well, no, he said, we're going to pick nickname. I got your nickname, Mobo. I said, why you call me Mobo? He said, man, yesterday you was here, you was there. Back this time, when he gave me his name, I was like in the 7th, 8th grade having a car. Remember, everybody was talking about that boat. Like, water came out. My way back in our young days, it was boat.
Yeah.
So he said Mo and boat. Bell Saw Mobility was the phone company, right? What was this slogan? Huh? On the go. Bell Saw Mobility to be on the go. That's what Mo come from. See what I'm saying? He took the bow and he put the Mo from Bell Saw Mobility. Bell Saw Mobility was the phone company. With the phone, books, and all. That's how you was on the go for all these things. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say, when you grab a name, that's why these rappers, they might grab these names, Ooze and Tech Nine, all that, because they trying to tell you, I'm shooting you down.
And you know what you're saying is true. Because
You know?
my name is Charlotte, but they call me Niecy. And people that don't know me will call me Denise. Why? Because they call me Niecy. That's not why they call me Niecy. They call me Niecy because I was the first niece. Not because my name is Denise.
Right.
But it's no home intended. That's just what they call most people named Denise.
But
Niecy, you know?
I'm saying that to say how powerful names are. That's just like I got a nephew. We call him Chucky, right? But Chucky and Hugo is a dog. That's why Bushel did is a dog. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When we snatching names and titles and stuff, you know, you just got to, you know what I'm saying? And that's why when, you know, we was not able to have our names. If we was in our own environment, we wouldn't have the name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
You know. So next question.
What advice would you give the entrepreneurs? Like, not just going into music. Like you said, you had a different business and you were successful with all of them. What advice would you give people that's trying to start in business?
First advice,
Such as myself.
I do drafts. I got my own show too. I'm doing like one, so I started doing my drafts. I did a draft the other day. Right? This is very powerful. A man about money never have money. A man about business will always have money. Be about your business. Learn business. Understand business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The money will come. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I started my trucking business, right? My first trip to there, I had $40 to my name. Right? That was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know what? The money chased me now. Why? Because you know about business. Right? I sold drugs. Right? I passed the dudes that was selling before me. Why? Because I bought my business. Right? I had to go to Bridge City. My partner Horace and them uncle, David and Eric. They say, no, man, I ain't got time to play with y'all. I'm waiting on Mobo. Because I know one thing about Mobo, he coming. You know what I'm saying? I get up there, he done call me for one thing, they'll give me their money till I come back, whenever I come back. Because why? About business. You see what I'm saying? You, like, you know, I love my people. We always talk about this black-owned business. If you get your black-owned business, be about your black-owned business.
Right.
Be about business.
Right.
Be about your business. Stop worrying about Joe Blow business.
Right.
I want mobile business.
Right.
Be about your business, man.
Right.
When I come down, I want you to, because I ain't got no problem going over where I go to Brussels at. I've been going there since they've been there 40-something years. I don't care who owns it. I know they do good business.
Right.
I ain't talking about Brother Fried Chicken.
Oh.
I'm talking about Brother Restaurant.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
I ain't talking about Brother Fried Chicken. They been there.
Well, you know that, no, because they don't.
I'm talking about Brother
Restaurant.
With the CJ them place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know?
Been there for
See,
years.
I hate when I be looking at these rappers when they trying to fit these $high restaurants because they discriminate. So I can't get killed now.
Right.
They don't want me there. I ain't got no problem. I'm not going
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that falls on, and I don't want to get off topic, but I want to keep that going. That's fall when you've been broken. You have to eat a certain thing, dress a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be mobile. I'm gonna be mobile whether I'm driving a hoop or my cab.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to still walk.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying where I'm
Right.
walking.
Right.
Because I ain't broken.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't broken. You know, you got to be, you know, careful when you're running. Oh, yeah. You know, like I had a friend of mine, I remember when we had started dating this chick, and that when Facebook had first started coming out, and they'll go post up, this is what a $150 plate look like. Okay, it looked good, but what are vitamins and minerals in that plate?
Good for your body, your soul. No.
Because
no nutrition.
when you're spiritual, right, you eat to live.
Right.
You drink to live, you exercise to live for benefits.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to
Not
say,
live.
oh, this, that, what's called. You know?
Which,
Right.
which, like what you said, is really when you start on your spiritual journey, you realize that you have to really cleanse yourself from the inside. I mean, flushing yourself, not with the prayer, which is good, but I mean physically, like cleanse your body fast.
Yes.
And get your body back. You know, we talked about this because I was asking you, what you did. You have to really cleanse to get your mind together.
Right.
You would be surprised how much bad knowledge stored in the inside, be it words, food, spiritual, just attitude, whatever. You will be surprised how much toxic that brings through the body.
You know,
veins.
Right.
You know, the old folks used to give us so much knowledge
And love. And love.
And we didn't understand what they were saying. They say, the motherfuckers say you are what you eat. We thinking about food.
Right.
But they talking about the stupid stuff you digest and watch on TV. The
Oh,
stuff you go
yeah.
sit and learn
Yeah.
your ear to.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You are what you eat. You eat that
Yes.
food.
Yes.
You know, that's why when I was in jail, what I told, man, I ain't falling in love with this here. Y'all sitting around, like, in my household, we couldn't gamble in my house. Ask anybody. MOBO-Joe don't shoot dice. I don't play cards. I ain't doing it in prison. I was doing free work. Never did. Because my dad allowed it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's certain, you know, people, you gotta stop just wanting to fit in, especially this younger generation, man.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like,
We losing
like,
them because they want to.
you just wanna follow a leader. How you gonna ever be your own leader?
What do you think about the people that's our age and been out there and we know better now?
The
Still
people-
leading. Listen, still leading the younger generation in a way that they were led. Now, when I say led, I don't mean somebody told you, here, this is how you make money. But you seen it, so you knew.
Right.
So the old cats that was in the game, you know they gave it to you, they showed you, learned, like you say, you paid attention. What you think about, like I say, people our age that's still doing, you know, the same thing, and they're acting like they're not seeing. We losing our brothers.
They're
We
ignorant.
losing our sisters. It's not just the young men getting killed. The girls are getting killed.
Because-
They're killing their children.
Because
Yes.
And it's
because
still,
of ignorance.
because why are people still selling crack?
Because
If
of
they wasn't
ignorance.
making it and
You know,
selling it.
I've been saying this for the last few years, and anybody that's looking at me right now, if you were selling and using drugs when MOBO-Joe was selling drugs, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right.
You know, now, here's the deal. You saying why people like us? Because they ignorant. People would get offended, right? When you say they're ignorant. What do ignorant mean? The word ignorant comes from ignore, right? We just not talking about the black cat. And you're ignorant,
Right.
you were
Right.
scared of the
Yeah.
black cat,
Yes.
right?
Right.
But now you're not.
Right.
Because you're not ignoring that.
Right.
See, this is what a lot of people, they learn stuff, but they won't ignore. The word ignorant comes from ignore. They're ignoring. They say they know,
Right.
but they rather ignore and stay in their ignorance. Like, you know, it's like people, like my little cousin, he died with a coronavirus first year. Spiritual. I was just talking to him. We rolling, I'm training him, showing him how I run my trucking business. He eating bad. That diabetic. I'm like, cuz, listen to me, cuz. I say, you can beat diabetes because I know a person that beat it will shoot insulin 3 times in his stomach, right? Was in prison with me. 4 weeks, he went home, he was off the pill. I'm telling you, know what he told me? Know my cousin told me? You know, when you've been doing something so long, it's hard. No, first, let me back up. First, what he told me, he said, and I had to apologize to him. I said, man, cuz, you know you can beat diabetes. Cuz, that's for everybody. I said, you know what, cuz, I apologize. Because you don't believe you can do what you shouldn't be.
Defeated.
I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to you.
Right.
Well, now you talking now you come back. Well, you know, it ain't easy. Well, I ain't saying it was easy. I'm telling you it can be done.
Right.
See, everybody want the easy way.
Right.
That's why we repeat. Because I told you. The thing with people like us, a lot of people want to do or trying to do what they want to do. We do what we like to do.
Right. And
You know what I'm saying? And what we like, other people don't like.
Right.
You know, like we don't have to have certain things to be. You know what I'm saying?
To be happy.
Like, yeah, we have
It's a simple thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to go on a trip, a vacation right now, like a place I would want to go, people would be like, damn, man, let's go in the woods. I like nature. That's why I get my understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go on a camping trip. I'm gonna go to Vegas. I'm gonna go to New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't something I want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got
Understand that.
like and a friend of mine for the holiday. Invited to his new house. He got on one of them $100 champagne. I ain't have a drink with me. I don't drink, but it's more wet. It don't matter.
Right. If I don't drink, I don't
It don't matter.
Just because it's expensive,
Yeah.
it's not gonna make me want it.
You know, it's
That's
right.
not what I
But
do.
you see how programmed we be?
Right.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember when
You know what I'm saying?
you gave an
Right.
event, people now think that it's something to rent chairs and tables, right? Every time I gave something from here, I'm calling this man for chairs and tables. I've been doing my setup like this. This is not new to me. That's why when they be like, oh, you're gonna set this up like that, and this is like, I'm gonna set it up the way I want to set it. I don't need 5 tables. I only need 2. You know why? Because I've done this. I've been doing this. I
Exactly.
know what needs to go where.
And
It's not, and you could have been renting them tables and chairs not even knowing.
nah, but I mean,
No, I'm not saying
yeah. But it's like if I rent them, then I'm eligible for headaches and all that. No, this gonna take. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. A lot
I
of people
understand.
didn't have all of that.
I know. I know.
But I could call you, I need 25 chairs, I need 8 tables. It's funding them coming.
But you see, the thing is,
Pay for that stuff now.
like stuff like that, like that's come from my parents. Like the most important people ever was in my life, my mother and my father. That was it. Like them old men come to their house, they said, boy, you just like your daddy. You ain't working for nobody, you always got something going on, you gonna help people. That's how I live, that's how I'm
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I stopped selling drugs, the first thing I realized the shame I brought to them men naked.
Right.
I was different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was different. But the influence was so deep, you know, the music,
The money.
Oh,
the money, everything that
Yeah,
they're pushing
yeah.
in. And see, that's why I understand, like, these young guys, I understand, I hate when the older guys be knocking them when they're worse off than us because the influence is more. They got more
Yeah.
influence on their life.
More
Look at this internet
That
stuff.
pressure.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
More,
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure to the parents feel it coming through.
It's so
people
hard
they
to
don't
try to
know.
reach your
Like you
kids,
say,
bro.
the
It's
internet. You think your son or your daughter talking to a girl or a boy, you find out, you go and investigate it. The person or either somebody else. Like you say, it's never what it seems.
Yeah.
So why is it a big deal if your child don't have a phone? They want these children to have telephones
You
when
know-
they 5 and 6
you know-
and 7, or
Right.
they need a phone for
Right. You
what?
know what they're doing? I got a topic on that too.
You do.
They're trying to keep them occupied.
The what you basically doing when you giving a 5, 6-year-old, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid a phone, you just give him a deadly. Keep playing with them phone. You know what my goal is? This is my goal, and this one y'all gonna know. I don't retire. I want to have this only 2 hours a day, 5 days a week.
2 hours.
That's it. 7 to 9. Monday. If you can't catch me between 7 and 9 Monday, try Tuesday. You can't catch me Tuesday, try Wednesday.
Right.
Try Thursday. If you can't catch me Friday, try next Monday. I don't want this thing.
Okay.
I hate it.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I be on this mother, ain't got nothing to do looking for loads and dumb stuff. Ain't this is so addictive.
It is.
It is.
Those sites
It
are
really
as
is.
well.
You know what I'm saying?
And
That's just
addictive.
taking over.
But
And when stuff control me like that, I have a very serious problem with it.
yeah, it does, and keep you coming back. And just like the phone is addictive, we can get addicted to the positive things that's coming through.
Yeah, you can. You can use it. You can use it. You can use it in that way. That's right. You can use it in that way. It got a lot of positive. I mean, it helped me 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? But this is my goal. You know what I'm saying? Not to have it, man, all the time.
The sad part about that is that they're gonna overlook the goodness that's going on, and they're going to.
You gotta be very strong and
Yeah.
very focused.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna try.
Well, y'all, once again, we got a good one in, and we running it.
Yes,
But
sir.
this will be a repeat guest because, like I said, there's a lot of things that's just put out there that need to be discussed. And you need to get it from more than just one woman and one man in different ways because you're hearing the same things just worded different. That's all. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Miss Nisa Supportive Saturday. I would love to see you all again. I'm sorry that I didn't answer any questions, but I am going to get your questions. Like I said, and we're going to come back, and us girls, we're going to chop it up with my ladies, and you all, I'm going to take the questions and shoot them back out to you as I'm answering. As I'm asking the question, I'll be answering the questions. And as you are answering questions, I'll be asking. I think I said that right. Tell people what we can look for from Mobo.
Well, the biggest thing I'm working on right now is the MOBO show, and like I said, the show is gonna be about all the stuff that I'm talking about right now. I mean, basically, y'all got the show, but that's the mindset of it. Like I can't talk about other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because this is all I talk about because this is my assignment to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave y'all with this here. 85% of what you know, you do not know. You only know 15% of what you know. 85% of what you know was told to you by man. It was taught to you, you heard it, you seen it somewhere. You really only know 50%. Y'all know Lacamo, aka Mr. MOBO-Joe, was on this show tonight. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. On the real. On the real. Y'all know that. Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
You better believe
Huh?
that.
Yes.
See, you ain't gotta guess that. But where we at in life right now, we got to go back and look at that 85% of what we thought we know and make sure is what we really know. Because that's why we suffering, that's why our life being cut short, that's why we having diabetes, we having high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? We not raising our kids, we losing our kids because we lacking of understanding.
Yeah.
The word understand means the stand under. So what I say, I stand under this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You heard it from the man himself. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, checking out Miss Nisa. I'll see you next Saturday, 7:30. Good night. Smooches.